Hey y'all, I just wanted to record this real quick, just to let you guys know that I'm still making videos. I posted something on YouTube a few weeks ago that said that it would be out by the next week, and that was wrong. I'm working on a really long video right now. It's here, I've got it. It's, as you can see, super long. I'm not gonna tell you all what it is, but I can give you a hint. It's real chilly. It took me longer than I expected to get the audio and everything recorded and edited, and so now I'm just editing the video, and I'm about as you could see, a little less than halfway through, and it's gonna take me a while to finish it. But in the meantime, some stuff went down, and I just really wanted to talk about it. I actually recorded a video last week that was supposed to go up explaining stuff, but the recording just ended up really messy, and it just did not sound really good to listen to, so hopefully this one sounds a little bit better. So what I wanted to talk about was this post here, right? It's this post here about unconverted pets, which comes right after this post about pet trade reversals. Basically, the topic of black market pets that are obtained in ways that are against the terms of service, that has been a hot button issue. And so Neopets has been trying to fix that situation by returning people's pets. But that can mess up trade chains, where someone will trade one pet for another one, and if an illegal pet was in there somewhere, that really messes up the chain. So there has just been a lot of discussion about trading and unconverted pets, and earlier while I was just browsing, I saw this post. Let's see if I can find it again. Do you think UCs will come back? And I thought this was a really interesting topic to talk about. So real quick, first we're going to talk about this post. So I'm not going to talk about the cheat/hack itself, but I will read this and then we can sort of talk about stuff. So, hey Neopians, as we're sure some of you are aware, a site issue has surfaced involving unconverted pets. Our team is aware of the situation and actively finding solutions for it. As a reminder, there are no official channels for the creation of new unconverted pets. No official channels. Any pets directly tied to this recent issue that have been illegally converted will be returned to their original states once the issue is resolved. Additionally, any user found to be tampering with pet conversion in their own or other users' accounts will be banned and frozen. We've implemented a fix for this issue and will be continuing to patch and monitor the situation over the next few days. We appreciate your patience as we get everything sorted out. And then there's this parenthetical here at the very bottom. That's the interesting part. We're also aware of the high demand for unconverted pets and have been looking into solutions to properly implementing them back into the game while keeping things fair for the existing community. We'll circle back with this with more news later this year. First, we'll address the bulk of this information. There's this Polygon article about it that I absolutely recommend that you read. There's some stuff in it that I would talk about that could be its own video, me talking about it. Now, there's a huge spectrum of Neopets players who choose to break the site's rules, from players who use scripts to improve forum reading. That's me. I don't use that, but I use different kinds of scripts to do other things. To players who hack accounts to steal valuable pets from active players. Many of the players we spoke to ended up somewhere in the middle, telling Polygon they've got strict rules and personal morals against stealing pets and items from active Neopets accounts, but not from abandoned accounts. And I have some thoughts about that, but that is so beyond the point. Anyway, so there's this Polygon article that talks more about it, but basically what they say is that there was an exploit that gave regular Neopets users access to administrator tools. And that's as much as I'm going to say. You can find more information if you go digging for it, but be careful, because in certain places you can get banned for talking about cheating and stuff like that whatsoever. So anyway, so I'm not going to talk much about how it's been happening, but it's an exploit. It's not the way that Neopets is intended to be used, but some people have somehow gained access to creating new unconverted pets, and this is obviously a huge thing. If you are aware of the Jungle Boo fiasco from a while ago and UC Gate, you know that these can be very hot button issues. The creation of new unconverted pets is completely uncharted territory, and a lot of people have a lot of different opinions about it. And so the big kerfluffle is about the fact that some people, without realizing it, have traded for illegitimate unconverted pets that they did not know were created in this way. And that's obviously a huge bummer, especially if the Neopets team ends up converting those back. Because as it says here, they will be returned to their original states once the issue is resolved. And some people, their pets are older. They're older than this issue itself. This discussion popped up over the past weekend, but some people's pets that are illegitimately UC pets are older than that, and so these people are like worried. They didn't know that they had illegal unconverted pets, right? I think that this like last part is sort of to address it. I think that this is meant to address both why the Neopets team has access to creating unconverted pets when for a very long time they maintained that they did not have access to that, and then clearly again with the Jungle Boo thing, there was a pet that was created by a member of the Neopets team that like was very obviously could not have been an unconverted pet based on when they were created, but they were unconverted. And so it became clear that the Neopets team actually did have the ability to create unconverted pets. And so this just sort of like confirms that. But this part down here explains why that might be. But this is the part that I wanted to talk about. Okay, so the solutions to properly implementing them back in the game and what that could mean. I mean, obviously, I think that means that the Neopets team has created a tool for creating unconverted pets in order to try and put that into the game somehow. And the discussion that I was looking at on the Neo boards was how exactly that might come about. The common thought seems to be that they're going to be asking people to pay like real world money, which I think makes some amount of sense. This person down here, Help Kitten, said, what's a fair price for an unconverted paintbrush in the NC Mall? $10? $25? Like, what would you pay? Like, what would I pay? One of my dream pets is an unconverted pet, obviously. What would I pay for that? I think I would pay $10. This is a discussion that happens like on MMOs all the time. Like, I personally think about like World of Warcraft, where they had people who were these gold sellers that would illegally hack people's accounts. They would use bots to farm stuff, whatever, and they would get gold in the game, and then they would sell that gold for cash to players. And while this was illegal and it was against the terms of service, it was still like a huge business for these people. And so like Blizzard eventually decided, we are going to make that a legitimate part of our thing. So you can pay real money for a token, and you can use that token for like WoW game time, or you can sell it on the auction house and users can pay gold, so you can essentially turn money into gold. And I think that this would sort of be the same thing, right? Instead of having these websites where you can go and like buy hacked unconverted pets, you would be paying Neopets directly. And so part of me kind of supports that idea that like at least this way Neopets is getting money and not people who are hacking people's accounts. I don't know. Another person suggested that they might be created like limited edition pets. So like a certain amount of pets are created on certain days. And I thought that could also be another way of doing it, but that might flood the market too much. Because of course the second part of this is the part where they say keeping things fair to the existing community. And that is of course talking about the existing trading community that exists within Neopets. There's a lot of discussion on this board and on other boards about the idea of pets being treated like currency and pets being traded like this. It was never really the intention of Adam and Donna and the original Neopets team for pets to be treated like this. They were supposed to be like companions and pets, not things that you like trade up in order to get like the best, most high value pet. Like, as I gather, that wasn't the original intention of Neopets. That's why I didn't have trading to begin with, right? But I mean, somewhere along the line, that just kind of happened. And that's a major way that a lot of people get enjoyment out of the game. So I don't think that we need to judge people who enjoy that part of the game and enjoy trading. And like, frankly, Neopets does not have a great track record when it comes to dealing with inflation and flooding the market with different currencies. So, there is a concern that should they put unconverted pets out onto the market, that they will somehow lose their value. I mean, people who value unconverted pets because they like the way they look, they're still gonna like them. So that's not the concern, but there are people who want unconverted pets because they want the rarest thing. And that's a valid way to play too. The comparison that some people were making that I saw was the comparison to the premium perk where you can change your pet and you can like get certain rare paints. I've never used it, so I don't know exactly how it works, but I do know that there are some pets that you can't like paint certain colors or create certain pets. But either way, people do feel like it devalued some of the much rarer pets that you could only get from lab raying or the Fountain Fairy quests. But I don't know. How do y'all feel about this? I just thought this was really interesting. I think unconverted pets are some of the most interesting parts of Neopets, to be honest. So I just really wanted to talk about this and let y'all know that I do have a video incoming. It'll probably be out by the end of March. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about all of this crazy drama, and I'll try and keep you guys updated if I see anything else. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.